Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our information sessions for Year 9 into Year 10 students. I'm Jacob, and this is Katie, and we are school captains here at the Senior College. And we'll just start tonight by telling you a little bit about ourselves and a bit about our kind of journey through Senior College. So one thing that's really been a great part of my journey is the opportunities that I've been able to be a part of and take up here at the college. One of the big ones is leadership. I've been able to be a part of the Student Leadership Council here, the debating team, and also our Youth Parliament team who went to Melbourne. And another big part is music. I've been a part of the concert band here, swing bands, and then there's also the ability for music tuition. And then a third large component is our sport. I've been a part of sporting teams here and cross-country teams, and there's also obviously our great camaraderie through our sporting house carnival events.
And quite unlike Jacob, I was a bit of a late bloomer and I wasn't really involved in too much until about last year. But one thing that I really do involve myself in is the arts and drama section of the school. And yeah, as Jacob said, we have amazing teachers and amazing resources for these types of subjects. Especially with the arts, we have our own creator spaces, so I have my own personal desk where I can put all of the billions of pieces of paper that I rack up doing photography, and I can work on everything that I want in my own little professional workspace. Another thing that I've been quite involved in at the school is LOTE. Last year I did my Year 12 Indonesian, but I also managed to go overseas to Japan right before my exam. So, we have all of these study tours. We've had kids go to China, we've had kids come from China, we've had kids come from Vietnam, but yeah, there's absolute huge possibilities at this school. You just got to stand out there and take them up for yourself. So,
to start off this evening, we'd like to introduce our principal here, Mr. Vern Hilditch.
Thank you very much. Good. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Could I also say that thank you to Jacob and Katie, and we put a lot of emphasis here on student voice, and our school captains are elected by the student body, which is a great thing. We have 4 at each year level pretty well, and they form the student leadership group. But it's a great way for our students to take control of what happens in this school. But as I said, could I also welcome you here? It's an important choice, deciding what school and also making sure that you are in tune with what happens from Year 9 to 10. We know that in this audience and in the previous audience we had people, the vast majority were going from Year 9 to 10. There were also others who are coming in at Year 11 or at Year 12 even. So welcome to everyone, and I hope what we're about to say this evening is going to answer some of your questions. But there are always lots of questions which many people are reluctant to ask in a forum like this, but we have a huge number of people who can help answer those questions for you. So if you have any, we shall move. Hopefully you'll be able to get them answered tonight. Look, the mission of the college is very much one about empowering students with skills to become effective and active and successful global citizens. We put a lot of emphasis on that because that's the future, and it's a future really, they're part of the future that we do know, that we will be more globalised. And the issue that we need to make sure is that our students, regardless of what area they move into, that they are going to be well equipped to do it. Okay, because that's the way we are. And sort of in terms of our vision, we believe there are 3 parts to it. The first is really to maximise their opportunities. This is a senior college. This is about students making choices. So we have to provide a wide range of subjects and courses, and we do. One of the widest ranges in rural Victoria, as a matter of fact. We also have that we expect every student to have high aspirations for a bright future. So we work very strongly in terms of making sure that they are very much in tune with what's going to occur in the future, and they see it optimistically. And that's very much a part of what we do. and also that they are able to form strong relationships in a supportive, challenging environment. And those strong relationships are between students and with their teachers and with their community. And that works very much into what we believe is a very strong partnership approach. It's an interesting area, this one, as students move into being young adults and taking more and more responsibility. We have a very firm basis here that the parents will be involved. You know, sometimes the students don't want that, but we have a view that it's very important that the students' parents are actively involved in the discussions that we have, and we maintain that all the way through. So we see that it's a three-way partnership, very much for the benefit of the student in the centre. It is the family, the teachers and community employers. It's our job to assist parents to try and make sure that all those parts are working smoothly together so that the young people can benefit very strongly from that as they move into adulthood. The senior secondary college, as I said, it's a latter years focus. It's the finishing up of secondary education, if you like, the last 3 years. I've talked about the number of options, and tonight you'll probably be bamboozled by the huge choice and variety that you have in terms of the subjects and pathways that you may wish to follow. And that takes a fair bit of skill to make sure that you are making sure that it is challenging and that it is allowing your child, and for the child themselves, the student themselves, to be able to sort of follow their passion to some degree. And in a lot of cases, students know very strongly already what they want to do. In other cases, they don't, and we need to help them make those choices. There's also, whereas we bear that in mind, it's the pathways beyond school. Well, I mean, you know, there is life after year 12. And, you know, you do need to make sure that you're having that as a clear focus from year 10 or even earlier, but certainly, you know, that you do start to know the type of direction that you wish to go in. So that's another most important part. And then the second, as I said, the responsibilities, educational opportunities as emerging adults. That's another important part of what we do. It isn't a TAFE college. A TAFE college is just about you do the subject, you either put the time in or you don't, you pass or fail, you then leave. Okay, this secondary school takes a lot more interest in that. There is a whole raft of people who are there to sort of assist students to make sure that they are successful and they get through, because they are emerging adults. And, you know, when they, as they move through their level of taking on that responsibility is something that we nurture, but it's also a situation where we understand that mistakes can be made and we're there to help them get through them. So that's the situation. I think that's me finishing. One more? Okay, and so the other aspect is, as I said, in terms of the achievements within the college itself, it has a lot of very innovative courses. You'll hear about some of those tonight, and you'll hear about why we do some of these things and how it better equips our students to go on with the desired pathway that they not want. In this day and age, it's more about getting into the course that you want to do rather than it is about the ATAR score. Just to mention that last year there were, this year, in terms of first year courses at university, over, I think it was about 55% of people who got into a first year course this year did it without reliance on their ATAR score. So yes, you've got to try and do the best you can at a VCE, but you're also in a situation where there are about 13 different ways that you can get the course that you want, other than just an ATAR score. So they're the types of things we talk to people about now. And our measure of success is very much about our students get into the courses that they want to get into. And we've been able to do that for some time now, which is great. So it is sort of, in terms of outstanding VCE, in terms of options and choices that we're able to offer, it's the huge opportunities with regard to VET and VCAL and very high completion rates within those particular areas. Strong partnerships with TAFE and universities and local employers is another hallmark of what we try to do and build on. And also what we're looking at now, and certainly for the students who are starting in, who are in Year 12 now, but more importantly for those who are going to start in Year 10 next year, we will be able to guarantee a tertiary pathway. So whereas it was an automatic pathway for you to go from grade 6 to Year 7, we will be able to guarantee you a pathway from Year 12 into some form of tertiary course. Okay, so that's the guarantee, because that's the type of thing that we're now in a situation with the partnerships that we've established with La Trobe, Charles Sturt, with Wodonga Institute of TAFE and Riverina. We are able to sort of make sure that we can follow that through. So, and there will be, of course, others who will head off to Melbourne or Sydney or wherever else. But, the situation is we are very strong in making sure that every student that leaves our school at the end of Year 12 has a meaningful pathway to follow. Okay, that's not also to say that there may be other students who wish to leave at the end of Year 11 or whatever to follow an apprenticeship or do those types of things. So we're able to cover K to 4, and we do for all students in terms of what their future may be and their future pathway. Once again, welcome, and I hope you get some information out of tonight and that you're able to ask the questions that you may have. Thank you.